Coming up on Mountain News this morning, crews fought for hours to contain a fire that destroyed several downtown Williamsburg businesses and apartments. And folks in Wayne County, West Virginia could be without water until after this weekend's winter storm.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good Friday morning to you. I'm Caroline Mueller here with you on this January 22nd. The time is now 6:30, so let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Megan Desmel for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, I know it feels not too bad right now, but it sounds like that is not going to be the case for the next couple of days.
No, unfortunately not. So take advantage of the nicer temperatures for today before they're gone, really. I mean, we're talking this morning 30s, 40s, a not too bad start to your day. I mean, when I walked out this morning, I felt like I didn't even need my winter coat. No, I definitely did, but compared to this week, it was definitely an improvement there. But in terms of this afternoon, some mid to upper 40s can be expected as you're traveling south of the Hal Rogers, and some upper 30s, low 40s can be expected as you're traveling north of the Hal Rogers. In terms of what we're seeing, though, in the clouds, a little bit of some cloudy skies this morning. Partly cloudy can be expected, but by the afternoon, I mean, we're talking mostly sunny skies, which will definitely feel good with those mid 50s. Highs will be around that 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock time frame, and no chance of rain is in the forecast for the day. Caroline.
Megan, thank you. Crews battled flames for hours in downtown Williamsburg after a major fire broke out Tuesday night. Captain Brian Woods says it took nearly 10 hours to knock down the original fire, but every once in a while a hot spot will pop up. The call originally came in around 10 o'clock at night. Captain Woods says when crews got there, heavy smoke was coming from the top of the building. They called in other departments from surrounding counties to help fight the fire. Woods says the fire presented a challenge given the design of the old buildings, which have been remodeled a couple of times. Those we've talked to say it's heartbreaking to see the impact of the fire.
At first, I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening? But when it really sank in, I was like, I could lose my home. I was like, I could lose everything I have.
Logan Lambo says he and his fiancee packed a bag of as many possessions as they could save from the fire. Fire Captain Brian Woods says the buildings are home to businesses on the bottom and apartments on the top. He says they believe the fire started in one of the apartments, but the cause is still under investigation. A Monday afternoon fire destroyed a Pike County food pantry, but it did not end its mission. WYMT's Buddy Forbes shows how the pantry is pushing forward, providing for those in need with some unexpected help.
You tell us, Lord, that you never leave us or forsake us, Lord. You're in the bad times as good as you are in the good times.
Though the Guiding Light Food Pantry lost its building and all of its stored resources to a Monday fire, its partners are working to fill the gaps.
It's just amazing. It makes my heart feel joyful, overrun, because we were supposed to have a give out and everything got burned up. And now look, we still got one.
Pastor Tim Coleman says with nothing to work with, he worried those who rely on the mission would go into the potential winter storm without food. But the pieces came together for a Wednesday giveaway.
God's Pantry reached out to me yesterday, and they supplied. We went and picked up donations from other places, you know, to get what we got. And as you can see, they're wrapped plumb around this place. I mean, it's amazing.
Representatives with God's Pantry Food Bank say they could not stand by and watch the Pike County community go hungry.
They're doing 3 different households.
We are enforced here. We're going to make sure the people in Elkhorn City are taken care of no matter the situation. We'll do whatever we can.
So they delivered food to the Elkhorn City Baptist Church parking lot, and Guiding Light brought in some new donations of meats and perishable items from area businesses, offering a drive-through giveaway. With a host of helping hands filling trunks for those in need.
It's a little overwhelming. We have so many volunteers here helping. I mean, I can't even count.
Coleman says though he did not know how it would happen, as he continues the search for a new building to restock and reestablish the pantry, he knows where the help came from.
There's a great need in their community, and God has provided This was unexpected, but God took care of it.
And he is happy so many cars left with full trunks.
Good to go.
So the families won't have empty plates. In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The pantry is still accepting donations to its P.O. box, and an online fundraiser was created to bring in more support. You can find that information on our website. Addiction Recovery Care, a Kentucky drug treatment company, has agreed to a nearly $28 million Medicaid fraud settlement. A new lawsuit alleges ARC is withholding $8 million from an overseas trust to avoid bankruptcy. The company says it only has about $3.8 million and cannot pay without halting patient care. ARC has already closed most facilities and laid off hundreds since an FBI investigation began in 2024. A new acquisition is expected to close soon, which ARC hopes will resolve its financial issues. Folks in Wayne County, West Virginia could be without water until after this weekend's winter storm. It's been more than a week since an oil leak into Camp Creek. Officials say they are still in the process of flushing the lines that began Tuesday. They do not think residents will be able to use their water for another 7 to 10 days. Water is being handed out and showers are being set up near Town Hall. Grocery stores and gas stations were packed across the region as folks get ready for whatever comes this weekend. Buggies were filled with canned goods, bread, milk, and eggs. Some in Perry County say this wouldn't be the first time snowed in, and they have learned from past experiences to be prepared.
Just hope the electricity don't go off, and it's kind of hard to heat a mobile home without any electricity.
Along with stocking up the pantries, gas stations were busy as people with generators are getting extra fuel in case of power outages. It's important to have plans to stay warm with space heaters or generators. However, if you don't use those heating elements properly, it can be dangerous. Common issues seen with space heaters is they are placed too close to couches, chairs, or curtains. Montgomery County Fire Marshal Jerry Burnham says this is the most common misuse of using backup heat, possibly sending the house up in smoke.
An electrical issue with the space heaters, improper use of drop cords. A space heater is meant to be plugged directly into the plug-in and not through an adapter or a different type of outlets or drop cord.
Some other tips for space heaters include keeping them away from flammable materials, use a heater with safety features, automatic shutoffs are helpful, never leave it unattended, and use regular maintenance. Power companies are already communicating and coordinating plans on where to place linemen ahead of this weekend's projected winter storm.
Right now, no one can commit to any requests to respond, in advance, because you just don't know how this weather forecast is going to be applied to reality and how it might shift over the next, 48, 72 hours.
Arnold says if you lose power, make sure you have an emergency kit with batteries, a flashlight, and non-perishable items. Humane societies across the Commonwealth are reminding you to check on animals outside. The Humane Society says outdoor pets need dry shelter and warm bedding. They recommend using straw, not hay, to help keep paws dry and insulated in freezing temperatures. Officials say during extreme cold, pets are counting on all of us to help keep them safe. Magoffin County has a new judge executive. The Lexington Herald-Leader reports Governor Andy Beshear appointed Salyersville attorney Don McFarland to serve for the remainder of 2026. He succeeds Democrat Matt Wireman, who suddenly retired at the end of the year to prevent voiding his pension benefits. Wireman is still running in this year's election to reclaim his seat. He will face one of two Republican opponents in November, DeWayne Thomas Howard, or former judge executive Charles Doc Hardin. An abandoned rail line in Hazard could soon be turned into a community trail. Perry County has been approved to begin negotiations with CSX as part of a national Rails to Trails effort. The project would convert an unused rail corridor into a non-motorized path for walking and biking, starting in downtown Hazard and connecting nearby neighborhoods. Outdoor and recreation officials say the space could also be used for programming beyond the trail itself.
We also got a lease on a building that will be right on that rail line that we'll run our kayak operation out of. And that will also potentially allow us to rent bicycles for that rail line, bring in NICA programs that kids can learn to ride and be part of that team.
Project organizers say they plan to gather community input as the project moves forward.
Today wouldn't be a bad day to maybe use some of those trails, get some walking outside before those temperatures turn for the worse, especially since today will stay nice and dry with partly cloudy skies during the morning and mostly sunny skies by the afternoon. Temperatures this morning, though, we are looking at some mid-30s to upper 30s. Other folks seeing the low 40s, 41 in Whitesburg and Pikeville. But as we head throughout the day, we'll see those temperatures warming from those upper 30s to, well, a mixture of the 40s, mostly the upper 40s, though, for many folks with those partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies. Caroline.
Thank you, Megan, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:41. Still to come on Mountain News this morning, loyalty may be overrated. We have the evolution of travel rewards programs and what customers are really getting for their money.